jump right into it. This is the best of 5 semifinals. Benanji picking the Incas as Spring, the Magyars over here. And man, if you guys haven't seen Spring's versus White Knight set before this one, that got Spring into the semifinals, you guys should go watch it. An absolutely glorious set. Insane stuff going on. Really, really well played by Spring. Really excited to see what he's about to do here against Benanji in this best of 5. I'm so excited for this set. Benanji is seed 1, alright? So he's 2K3, I've heard, on a good day. Very, very strong player. Number 1 seed in this tournament, like I said, so most likely to win, some would say. And also because this is a Arabia first tournament. Every single best of 5 will start on Arabia, and that means that the Arabia players, of which Benanji is one, he will have an advantage going into this tournament compared to maybe Seed 2 Videra, who likes to pick other maps. Benanji, though, hasn't been playing too much Arabia lately. He's been doing a lot of Mega Random. I've been seeing on his recent matches, so we'll see how it goes against Spring right now. Spring is gonna... Is he sending a villager to these sheep? Interesting. He's going to go for an early wall to this house and also getting the sheep at the same time. Interesting. Yo, Shepard, how you doing? Out of popcorn but have gummy bears. Even better. Very nice. Yeah, man, I'm so excited for this Shepard. We've got Spring putting a 3 on wood, at least. Benanji also 3 on wood, so there's probably potential for a meta-doms in here. We'll see. Oh, you know what? I never finished the bans. I looked at the bans off stream and I got so excited, and I looked at the first game and I was so keen for it, I just jumped in. You know what? We're going to go right back into the bans, and the bans are... I'm just going to stream them. I'm going to stream them for everybody. Alright. I'm going to turn this off. There we go. So, Spring versus Benanji. Spring has banned Arena from the map pool. A classic map pool. Arena won't be played this time. And Land Madness... that's a pretty rough ban for Spring. I think that's a really good ban. Spring, I was really excited to see Spring play more on Land Madness. He actually lost his Madness game against White Knight. But it's interesting that Benanji bans this. Probably scared of what Spring is able to do with his micro. And Benanji going for the first ban, banning Huns. And the Spring's reaction, I stopped when I saw this, because this is so funny. I was like, okay, I have to get on and stream this. Because Spring, this is a shot to the heart. All right, everyone knows Springs love Huns. Like, why? This is just hurts. This just hurts. Benanji, what are you doing? Very good ban by Benanji. Spring goes into his bans now, Katans and Bemimiums. Benanji says someone didn't do some. Oh no. He had everyone that? Is that why I got pinged? I've had a ping in this ban channel the whole time. And guys, I did not know why I had a ban. I assumed someone needed an admin for something, someone might have pinged me. But Benanji here has decided to ping everybody to critique Spring's bans on this player. And it's true, Bemimium's probably not Civ that Benanji would pick. He's much more of a melee picker on the scary maps, probably on Black Forest at this point. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I'm not nerd enough to go cuck everyone. Oh, is Jake streaming this live? No, unfortunately I was not. I've been busy, so I've had to stream it today instead. And there we go, Mongols. I missed it under the everyone ban. This Mongols is the final ban, so we've got Huns, Mongols, Katans, and Bemimiums banned. And did these get... Yeah, they did. They did get pointed out here. So... Land Madness and Arena, Bemimiums, Huns, Mongols, Katans are all banned. Alright, now back to the game. We've got Spring, who's bringing in his elephant here. He likes to go for his elephants nice and early. I think he brought in his first one with just his 4th or 5th villager. Fish. No. Not this one, Fish. I'm too excited. We've got Benanji going over here. 4 in wood, really? Okay, this definitely feels like Meta-Arms. This definitely feels like Meta-Arms getting prepared by Benanji. He has the wood for a barracks now. He hasn't put one down yet. He has the wood for it though. Spring is ready. Spring is... Oh no, we missed something. We missed something. Okay, no. No, oh no! He's... Spring. What happened? Did we miss a... Did he go into the TC? This is ages ago. Okay, yeah, he went under the TC. He's fine. I thought he tried to lame. That looked like a failed lame HP amount, didn't it? Like, just that suspicious amount missing. It's like, what happened to that guy? No. None of that funny business. Now, Spring is still hanging around with his scout, though. He knows that he doesn't have enough HP to lame anymore. He probably doesn't want to, but he can definitely still be annoying with his scout over on Benanji's elephant back here. So here he's just going to wait. He probably sees that this elephant's getting taken in first, so he's going to be waiting a bit longer. Benanji only just taking in his first elephant now, while Spring gets his second. And Spring's going to be very patient here, just waiting on this boar. Just waiting here. Benanji's going to come out sooner or later. I hear some Jaws music. Dun. Nope.
Yum.
We still got a ton of food on the elephant, so we'll be a little waiting for that. And we're going to see the advantage of an Eagle Scout right now, just being such a strong unit. Even against Loom, an Eagle can kill a villager straight up. There's not much you can do against early villagers with an Eagle. It's like, this is just brutal. Look at that, it's disgusting. We've just got 2 villagers on low health now. From 1 Eagle just poking everything. He's going to attack the mill. Spring's finally going to clean this up. Okay, that's enough. Oh wow, he's still going to be poking. I know Benanji's going to be annoying here. While that was happening though, Benanji tried to take in the ball, and Spring would have been a little distracted probably why he was taking all that damage there, and he just missed it. That probably was really unfortunate timing, and yeah, it was. He had to pull down his vills right as Benanji took in his second ball, so really lucky timing there for Benanji. Spring didn't get the lame attempt, but Spring does get his mill up, and that's nice for Spring. Benanji going out here to get a mill on the berries. Not going for the barracks that I thought he was going to go for. I really expected a barracks with all that wood he had stockpiled up. And look at this, he still can afford one. He can stuff a barracks right now. He has 200 wood in the bank. While still having his buildings and more to go. He's really stockpiling that wood early. I guess he doesn't really need it because he has put... Has he put fuel age in the queue? Surely. What just happened to Benanji's villages? This looks like he's got feudal age in the queue. There's no way he doesn't have that much wood, food. Right? Maybe not. No, he just hasn't dropped it off yet. Benanji did it on purpose to stop lame. Yeah, probably. That wouldn't surprise me, Ray. That was really well timed by Benanji, just to be annoying. And he hasn't really done it since, has he? He was only doing it during that lane potential moment, and now he's just hanging well back with his Eagle. He probably also sees that Spring as Loom at this point. Both players up to feudal age. Both players on 19 vills plus Loom. And Spring's now taking the chickens over here. Now, this is not his first mill. He's going to be a little late on these chickens, but they are really far back. So hopefully he gets those cleared up before they're in any real danger. We do see the barracks coming down, and the militia's coming out, so it's definitely a meta-arms for Benanji. And just this one barracksville taking the chicken over here. That's funny. So Benanji's opted not to take his chickens. They're very forward, they're on the hill. It's a really awkward spot for him, so probably makes sense to leave those chickens alone for now, or maybe for the rest of the game. And Benanji knows he's got the scout HP bonus. He doesn't have the speed of the scout though. Spring's going to take a hit just to take the goat out, but he gets away because he's just got a faster scout unit. Benanji gets a really nice damage though. Spring, I don't know if he even hit back once, maybe once, but like that Eagle just took a great trade as he walks across the map with the meta-arms now. He knows exactly where Spring's base is. Spring is all bundled up at home after having to deal with that fight and running away. He probably knows what's coming. I'm pretty sure Spring saw the garrison barracks there. Thus the small walls. We're going to need probably one more small wall here. That might actually do it for this area. And then a couple more in the back. Spring's going to make sure his chickens are very, very safe. Not mucking around with the chickens over here. And that is, oh no, that is just a bit too late for Spring. These Men-at-Arms are going to get in. Men-at-Arms in 1 second are going to be upgraded, and that's going to be a lethal threat to these villagers, dude. That palisade's not going to do it. I'm sorry, Spring. You can keep repairing that palisade all you want, but 3 Men-at-Arms are going to cut through that thing pretty quick. Spring's got to decide what he wants to do now. He hasn't made a feudal age building yet. We see Benanji putting up his range. His range is nearly fully up. And Spring hasn't put down his building. He goes for a range, though. Probably good to defend the Men-at-Arms here. Spring nearly gets to pick on that eagle. Still a very nice difference for both. Benanji actually having more idle TC time and continued idle TC time. Still hasn't queued a Vil. Now he has. But going to go up to 1 minute for Benanji over here. Spring trying to be just a little annoying with the leftover scout HP that he's got. Might want to put that on auto scout at this point. That is a low scout. Whoop. He's going to try snipe an archer, and the archer snipes the scout. Very, very conservative tower here for Spring. He could have put it maybe further up on the hill. This does really make an opening for Benanji to put a tower on the hill if he comes forward. But Benanji looks like he's going to go for the woodline attack. And the woodline attack is pretty brutal. This is the only lumber camp that Spring has so far. He's going to want to put one over here probably. And we're going to have to see how many Vils that come forward as well. Only 2. This is the Benanji 2-Vil tower rush. And we will take out a gold and a woodline. So that's really, like, what is that? That's probably more than 50% of Spring's eco at this point. Probably very good tower position if it goes up. And he's definitely got the numbers for it, so it's going to go up. Spring only adding a 3rd skirmisher to the army here, but he's going to go with Vils. Here we go. The Villagers will have to fight the Men-at-Arms. The Men-at-Arms are going to get insane hits on these villagers over here. Villagers get slaughtered by the Men-at-Arms. They're going to rip through these villagers. The skirmishers and 1 archer is going to be limited. This archer needs to be hitting these Men-at-Arms, otherwise these Men-at-Arms aren't going to die. The skirmishers will continue. They do pick out the archer. They're going to keep pushing off the Benanji's range units, but the range units are the problem. The melee units are the problem. And Benanji's just tearing through Spring's economy right now. And the melee units continue to be the issue as the melee units take out the skirmishers, they take out villagers. This tower, it's getting hit, but it's not going to be worth it for Spring if he keeps losing his villagers. This is now 3 up for Benanji. Spring's lost 3 villagers in this fight, and he might get this tower down, but it's going to be costly. 1 village just sitting there repairing, you might want to attack that. Smil might be over here to start a fight, and she does. This is not a good situation right now. What's in the tower? Just 1 Vil. Just 1 Vil, potentially another Vil can hop in. So not the craziest attack just yet, but he's going to need some more Vils. Oh, wow. Oh, no, guys. It was warm-up. We win next. That's right, Ray. That's right. That's right. Oh, boy. This is all in. Spring is, he's going to fall behind drastically in res collected as he goes through the rest of his villages. Pretty much his entire economy is right now fighting under this tower, trying to take out these Men-at-Arms. One of them was still at full HP. They're finally dead now, though. Benanji's got a really nice spot he can keep repairing his tower from. That finally dies as well. And Benanji's just getting insane value out of a couple feudal age units. Look at this. The militias that he made upgraded to Men-at-Arms got crazy value. And so do those few skirmishers who have been here for so long. That tower is now dealt with, but now Spring's in a very, very awkward position. These 3 skirms on top of the hill will probably push back this little army. Force Spring to mess up a little more before he goes forward. But Spring's not having any of that. Spring's walking forward. He's saying, "This is my hill, boy. Get off my hill." And Benanji will give him the space he needs to get on the hill himself. Spring's then like, actually it's not my hill anymore. Goodbye, sir. Have a nice day. And then quickly vacates the premises. Benanji's going to just walk forward off that, though. He's like, alright, You're leaving the hill. I'm gonna walk into your base. Here I am, 4 skirmishes, another one of those men-at-arms. You like those men-at-arms, boy? Here's another one. Here's more villages. Benanji knows he's so ahead now. He knows he's ahead after that crazy all-in by Spring's villages to take rid of that tower. And now Spring's going to have to fight on his own hill. He's not going to have a good time doing it, though. There's going to be more men-at-arms to kill more villages. This is just not a good fight for villages. You don't want to be fighting these men-at-arms all the time. This might be the 5th men-at-arm going down. Inca men-at-arms are cheaper. They cost less food, so you can continue to spam them in Feudal Age with less downsides to it. But Spring is just going to take the worst side of these fights, it feels like, by putting all his villages on the front line just to keep himself alive. Still more villages here. They're going to kill a skirmisher, but they better get working soon if Spring wants to stay in this game. Spring is successfully walled, though. He's pretty much fully walled. He's got this blacksmith down in there in the corner. All he needs to do is defend this area, which he does have this kind of risky hill, which is sort of covered by the tower. Dude, there's more vills coming. Benanji's persistent. Benanji's a persistent one. He knows he wants to continue pressing this area. And Spring's going to go fight it again. He could hit the stone foundation. That foundation's going to go down really quickly if he hits it with all the vills. He's going to go for the vill fight. The foundation probably gets deleted. And Spring, he's going to take it. All he wants to do is to deny that tower. Denying the tower is all that Spring needs. And he's going to walk back to his woodline, as he probably should. Spring's going to walk over forward now. This is not where you want your vills to be. Walking out in the middle of the map, they're not collecting resources, and these archers are just going to continue taking down Spring's villages. Man.
Again?
And here we go again. Well, what attempt is this, guys? Number 4? Number 5? Yeah, I don't know that guy either, Bellito. Spring is now battering down, I think, the 4th or 5th tower attempt from Benanji. A couple of them have gone up. Most of them have died as foundations or been deleted. But Spring, I think, really taking the worst parts of this fight just because of all these villages he's had to put forward. Benanji knows he's going to be in a good spot from now on. And he's still got more army. I mean, very similar army numbers, but it's always felt like he's had more on the front lines here. Spring continually to trickle in these skirmishes. And Benanji really out-microing the skirms on the front here too. Hopefully these vills are going to start hitting down these skirmishes, but he probably just wants to pull them back at this point. Better to be a distraction. This is the closest that Spring's been to Benanji's base in a while, but unfortunately that's only with like 4 villages. 4 villages here. Benanji will push him back across this very interesting Arabia Hill. This is a massive Arabia Hill, isn't it? It is huge. They've had to do multiple runs over this hill. Spring usually running back towards his base, with a few injured villagers or other units. But Benanji going to continue to get better fights on here. The 3 skirmishes aren't going to do very well against, what is this, 8 skirmishes. They're going to keep like picking them off one by one. There we go. Now another tower's going to go down. What are you going to do, Spring? He's going to pull his vills. Again, guys, number 6. Let's go. But now this does a way bigger skirm mass. Look, we've never seen one of these towers go up with 12 skirms at its base, have we? It's off cam, so we can't see his I Love Spring shirt. That's right. You can't hype this one up. Yeah, look, it was actually looking okay, but Spring's just going in again. With his vills, he's going to lose more vills. And like I said, like, these last fights have been better. This actually is the worst one so far, in my opinion, just because there's this many skirms. The last couple times, there were only really like 4 or 5 military units from Benanji. This time is the first time it's actually been like, what's this, 14? We've never seen 14 military units coming out from Benanji before. Spring knows is over. He calls the G. And that will be game 1, going in Benanji's favor. Now, Benanji is a 2K3 German, very strong player. And we know he plays Arabia among many other maps. He does have strats on closed maps like Arena, and he likes to play Mega Random a lot too, but we can really see his Arabia side shine right now. Um, as he just has a very, very clean game. That was a clean meta arms. He had a faster Rax as well behind it. And maybe Spring was tired this game, I'm not sure. He didn't get down a military unit, a military building in early feudal. Um, he was really, really slow to skirmishes. I'm not sure. He didn't get eco upgrades either, so it wasn't a greed build, and it wasn't really an aggressive build either. So I was a little thrown off by what Spring was doing there. It was, I'm not gonna lie, this one, let's leave this one be. He was 2.3k, but he did beat 5 but 12 years ago. Maybe Spring's just waking up. Let's go to the next rec. And I will turn capture age back on. There we go. There we go. Should be loading up here any second. Yeah, he's 2.3k, but did he beat Viper 12 years ago? Exactly. And Spring's highest is also, guys, coincidentally, 2k 366 is Spring's highest elo on DE, which is actually very close to Benanji, actually. These guys, in their prime at least, were very, very close on the ranked ladder. So we see these players go into the next game, though. Spring picking Tatars for the Ghost Lake. Ghost Lake is the other main open map. Benanji has banned Land Madness, which is probably the most open map in this tournament, other than maybe African Clearing. The other typical Arabia-ish map, though, is Ghost Lake, which is what Spring has decided to make his home map for the second game. And Ghost Lake is really a sheep rush map. It's a bit like Oasis if you played Oasis, because there's so many sheep out on the map. You really have to have very efficient scouting to get as much resources in as you can. And last time Spring played this against White Knight, Spring played Ghost Lake very well. Spring found so many sheep. I think there was a point where he had 14 sheep under his TC, and White Knight had 7 sheep under his TC. So we're going to see if Spring can replicate this amazing sheep gain again. If he actually goes towards Benanji's TC, there's even more of Benanji's starting sheep that he could take. Is this Spring's map to lose? Well, let's have a look at the map. Spring has really back woodlines. He has a back gold, which is nice for Ghost Lake. There's a really, really exposed front gold, though. That's the main gold you want to be taking. The back berries as well. I do like Spring's base. Bit awkward to wall in the front, but like, hey, a few buildings there. Even if you want to be really tight, a few buildings here and a few buildings here. It's a very easy wall off, and you can see a very easy wall off here as well. I like Spring's base personally. For Benanji, we can see that he's got maybe an easy wall off here, and we're gonna see his wall off right away. He knows exactly where he wants the wall. He wants the wall with his main gold line. He sees that his gold is in a very rare 5-length pattern, which is going to let him use his gold as part of the wall. This is like listening to Gus Johnson commentary on Ohio State. Spring picking the right color to help here. Oh, Valhito cracks me up, man. The long gold is long, yeah. I've seen maybe 1 or 2 golds that are longer than this gold in my lifetime, but I'll tell you what, guys, not many golds are as long as this one. And we're gonna see what Benanji did. The last time we saw him play Kumans in the DeJake Dark tournament was it was not on Ghost Lake. It was on Arabia, and it was very, very greedy. He was playing against his a much lower seed than him. Well, not even much lower, really. Delhita, was it? They were seed 6, I think. And Benanji was kind of disrespectful. It was against Dark Diamonds. It was against Dark Diamonds, who's like seed 8, I think. No, seed 9. Yeah, Dark Diamonds is seed 9. Fish is seed 8, who let Dark Diamonds take his place against Benanji. That's why that spot is always so confusing. It was supposed to be Fish originally, but it ended up being Dark Diamonds. Anyway, I'll digress, because what happened was Benanji was Kumans. He was very, very greedy, and he went for the second TC. And anyone listening to me right now will know that just straight 2TC, no military on Arabia, is a death sentence. You're going to die to pretty much any Arabia strat that gets executed properly. And Dark Diamonds was playing Persians, and he played it that very, very well. He did a great job playing against Benanji, and he took the first game on Arabia against our #1 seed. So Benanji is actually only got a 50% win rate in DDT on Arabia now. He only has a 50% win rate. He actually had a 0% win rate until until the last game on Arabia. So we're gonna see how greedy he is playing the Cumans right now. Spring, he's gonna semi-distance these deer. Really just wants to get these deer in. This last one will be in soon. Dark is what now? 1800? Dark Diamonds? Yes. Dark Diamonds is 1800. He's 1850, I'm pretty sure. Benanji went meme straps, says why not? Yeah, well, you know, he had the game to afford. He wasn't that scared of the matchup, and it makes sense, you know? You want to do something fun. You want to do something that might challenge you. And Benanji definitely had himself challenged. He really tried that game, too. He went like Castle Age Knights. He went all kinds of things to try and make up for it. But he ended up getting punished just enough by Dark Diamonds. It was a brilliant game. I recommend to go watch it. If you haven't seen it already. There's 2 players both. Oh, wait. Yeah, Benanji's going to go up a little bit sooner. I don't know what he's doing just yet, but oh man, look at this. Look at his res, guys. Has he made a barracks yet? No. Are you guys seeing this? Are you guys seeing this? After such a slaughter on Arabia, he's like, alright, I'm just going to do it again, guys. I'm going to do it again. I'm in a 2 TC boom on Ghost Lake. This is so greedy. This is so greedy, man. There's no barracks. There's no barracks. He's going to build a TC right here. Oh, the disrespect. Benanji. Going for this 2 TC boom again. Is it going to work out this time? We're going to see what Spring does to punish the 2 TC boom. Dark Diamonds really put on the pressure from Feudal Age, and it ended up working out in his favor. This is unbelievable. Oh, wow. Alright, well, we're going to watch this. We're going to see what Spring has to say about a 2 TC boom on his face. Spring getting his walls up. He's a little scared maybe after last game. He's going to be very safe, but he is actually making Feudal Age units. Guys, he's got a stable up, and his stable will be before Benanji puts up a barracks. So Spring, for the first time, will have a crazy military advantage. He's going to start making a lot more production as Benanji can only just put down his barracks now. And where's his food? Is Benanji going to be able to afford this? He has enough in the bank for now, sure. He has some bills queued up for now, sure. But like, he knows he has to abuse berries. Look at this. 9 on berries! 9 on berries. He's going to have to drop farms just a little bit later. 9 on berries to support 2 TC. Plus whatever else he's thinking of making right now. We've had 1 second TC, yes. What about the second TC? Well, that'll come in Castle Age, I'm sure. As we see Spring mass up his scouts outside of Benanji's base. With the spears also coming forward. Spring does love sending the spears forward. Also producing lots of spears in general. It's something Spring's really liked since he started playing DE, I think, especially. It's been something he's been teaching me as well. We've got Benanji walling up just a little safe villager over there. It's actually not going to be able to get hit just yet. This, being right next to the barracks is really convenient because he can just pop out a spear. But he's going to be too greedy. He wants to do the house. Then it's not going to happen. No scouts are going to get in. There's no way that Ville goes down. These spears are going to be outnumbering the Grey Spear 3-1, isn't it? It's going to be 3-1, and Spring's going to have a great military advantage here, but he's going to have to do something against this economy. Because Benanji's going to have just some crazy villager lead coming up in the next few minutes if Spring doesn't able to get some damage in. That was 1 villager, is 1 Eco KD now for Spring, which is really nice. We're going to see if he can pull off more. Benanji being very safe, except for when he loses his scouts to a bunch of spears. Manages to save this spear, but he's just going to wander out into the wilderness again. This spear's going to go down to these guys as well. I feel like Spring's going to see this Ville potentially. He's got so much more military right now, guys. Look at this. 10 military to 2. But Benanji could say the same with a 10 Ville difference for villagers. So it's like which side do you want to be on right now? If we go back to the game on Arabia versus Dark Diamonds, you want to be in Dark Diamonds' position, but Spring's taking this just a little too slow, I think. He's walled up his base first. He does have a lot of spears. The military presence is real. 7 spearmen out on the map for Spring. He's not even producing scouts anymore. It's just a spear war. We're seeing an infantry spear war here on Ghost Lake, guys. Benanji getting out his farms now too. And this is going to be really ballsy by Benanji. He doesn't have the military presence to do this, I don't think. He's going to try sending them out. He is getting more spears out every, what is it, 25 seconds. But this is still going to be a really rough one for him. I don't know how Benanji's winning this. I thought Spring would have had the map presence. I guess these spears are unupgraded spears. Villagers do win against spears, guys. If you will put a spear against the villager will beat that fight if in a 1v1. And these group fights as well, villagers actually hold themselves really well against the spearmen until they get the +1. Where you see that Spring hasn't got a +1 upgrade, and you really can't upgrade spears more than that. The Tars don't like to make spearmen. Spring's floating a huge amount of wood. Let's look at his base. Yeah, that's not so good. He needs to make a lot of farms right now. 6 vills, 6 farms right now. Maybe pull a few more vills. Really farm up to try and make up the difference. A market would go a long way right now too. He could honestly market up to Castle Age with this kind of resource. He's going to start dropping farms. So I know Spring, he's probably going to prefer farms to a market right now as he drops his farms. But after all this harassment on the front line, it looks like these fights with the spears didn't go so well against the vills after all. And being away from production, having to send your spears all across the map really hurt his chances of taking good fights here. And now Benanji's actually been able to make up a spear mass of his own to rival the spear mass of Spring. He's now been able to spear out his own base. Nearly. Potentially, this will be a spear war of the ages. Now Spring's running away. So, yeah, Benanji could have killed this Vill if she needed to. If she needed to help out, but no help was needed. Spring runs away. Benanji going to have 1 spear remaining at home. A single military unit to defend his base now. Spring, I think he realizes what's going on. He realizes that the 2TC is going to be impacting him. We'll see if he scouted it. Yes, he has. So, he's probably fuming right now and coming up with different ways he could possibly punish this. Maybe if he goes Castle Age or he goes all in with these towers, but it's not really working out for him. This tower rush has ended up being more of like a great escape. He's like, get me out of here. I wanted to come in for these towers, but these guys were just mean to me and they spat in my face. Now we've got to run out. We're just going to run out onto the TC. Oh, man. Spring's going to have to run out on the TC. The great escape is real. Here we go. So they make it out. 2 vills are going to make it. Benanji's going to try to trap him in again. Oh, this is brutal. This is brutal. What? Perfect gate placement. Yeah, I know, right? It hits these 2 houses perfectly, and Spring's just going to be in big trouble right now. Let's see if he opens the gate. He's going to open the gate. No, it's locked. It's locked. This whole locking feature, where you can lock the gates before the gates even get constructed now, guarantees that that's not going to happen. So Spring's going to stay trapped in his prison, trapped in this dark cell. As his EQ hitty is still looking good, but it's not going to look as good as this last Vill gets cleaned up. Sorry. Benanji goes straight to seeding farms over these dead bodies, guys. Blood is good fertilizer for anyone who doesn't know. If you ever find a body lying around, get plenty of blood out of it, it'll just fertilize all of your crops. You'll get some really nice tomatoes. Benanji has taken out the tower, sent all his vills out to take it out, and now they're looking very... Oh my gosh, guys. Look at this economy, man. This is just not right, man. Kumans, as Survivalist once said, Kumans should not exist as a civ. Like, this is just nonsense right here. The fact that he's able to pull this off. Now, Spring is up to Castle Age a lot earlier. We will be able to see Spring have the Castle Age tech for at least a minute longer than Benanji. Benanji will be able to click up any second now, though. So it's not going to be the biggest timing. It's going to be about 2 minutes that Spring will have in Castle Age. He's going for his classic Cav Archer play. He's probably looking for some... Oh, wow, that's a lot of light Cav, actually. That's a lot of scouts coming out right now. So we're going to see Scout Cav and Archers going to come out to... Oh, Cav Archers to punish this. Really nice defense from Spring. Very defensive base. I don't know when he put that tower up. I wonder if it's before or after he knew about the 2TC. I didn't actually notice that tower before. That's really funny. And yeah, we're going to see Benanji be like 2.5 minutes later up to Castle Age. Pretty much the whole Castle Age timing. Spring will have a chance to do some kind of damage. These skirms are not going to last very long. That Spearman's nearly dead. These skirms are going to be completely exposed to these scouts right here. Do not have to worry about that. We do have to worry about doing some damage to Benanji's eco though. Because if we don't damage Benanji's eco very soon, we're going to have to go forward with Vils. We're going to have to go forward and make some Siege Workshop. We're going to not have to... Oh, he's booming. I hope Spring doesn't go too hard into the boom over here. Because if Spring doesn't punish this, he can... Like, trying to outboom this is just like... It's trying to stop bleeding when you're bleeding out. It's not going to happen. You're going to get killed by a superior boom. He has a Civ win on the booming. You cannot outboom the boom Civ. He's going to try. He's going to try. Maybe Spring can afford the siege as well. Maybe Spring can afford to do enough damage or keep Benanji in his base for long enough, but this is going to be a really rough position for him. Blood God. Blood Good Fertilizer. AFP wants to know your location. Yeah, well. I live in Antarctica. Just tell him that. One range going up for Benanji. This is actually a kind of awkward spot for a range. There's units could get caught from here. There's like 2 or 3 tiles that its archery range could pop some units into. But I'm sure that won't really matter for too long. There's a lead skirm coming out. So Benanji's going to be very, very defensive about this. He's being very cautious. He's getting the eco upgrades. And he wants to play this... Oh wow, deleting that. Now he's got just a very, very lightly walled palisade. Spring though sees those skirms, decides not to go in on that. He might lose his light cav if it stays there too long. The scout cavalry. And Spring will just peck away at this TC. That's not going to do very much. He's not able to deny this TC at all somehow. He does have Bodkin. Maybe he just wasn't clicking, but that was probably too far. This gold here being really clutch, just putting just enough distance in between him. Just allow that TC to go up in that really nice spot on that gold. Now Elite Skirm being in is going to be really tough. There's a lot of scouts, so Spring has already prepped the counter. We saw before he had a huge queue of scout calves. I don't know if he cancelled them because there's only 1 scout cav on the map right now. He is able to... That's actually a lot of Elite Skirm going down to just one cav and a couple light cav. I'm really shocked those units just died there. That was a lot of skirmishes going down. He will finally meet his match against more skirmishes, but that was a really impressive fight. Anyway, Benanji still with a very scary mass, now has more military and more economy. These skirmishes, of course, are cheaper units. It's not like he's making a grandiose big attack unit, and Spring, of course, is also not really making too much of a commitment to army right now as he puts down his second TC. Going up on the woodline and the gold on the right side of his base. Oh wow. Combat, what are you doing? 2 cowboys are lost in the desert. 1 cowboy sees that tree.
Combat Disco Revolution asked me, 2 cowboys are lost in the desert. 1 cowboy sees a tree that's debeeped in bacon. A bacon tree, we're saved, he says. He runs to the tree and is shot up with bullets. It wasn't a bacon tree, it was a ham bush. That's a tremendous joke. Truly one of the best. Let me tell you, that cowboy should have built a bigger wall to keep those bullets
That's
out.
right. Now, yeah, he gets
tree?
it. He gets it. Spring
That
built
would
a
have been the
nice
greatest.
big wall.
The huge success
Big
story
wall.
of the desert. But a ham bush, dangerous world out there, folks. Just like some elections, not everything is as it seems.
Yeah, we're gonna have to
Stay
snipe out
smart,
these.
stay safe, and remember to make your choices great again.
We're gonna have to snipe these spears. Now, this is a really strange choice to go into Step Lancers. Step Lancers do okay against spears, but they do take a lot of damage against PS armor, PS units. So these skirms are really gonna be able to shred the light cap of the steps. There's only 3 of them. There's only 3 of them, and we see right now that Spring just doesn't have the numbers to fight this army of skirms. Skirms will kill all. Skirms are gonna kill the steps here. Skirms are gonna kill... Wow, he kills that step! No way, that was the high HP one! I thought he was gonna take out the weak one. Oh, wow. Dude, Benanji's position here is illegal. It's criminal. This can't be allowed. Benanji has tried his 2 TC boom. And this time, the devil has been paid his dues. He is getting paid off in full. This is a disgusting outboom by Benanji. Spring going for his 4 TC to try and catch up. Benanji having enough res and the castle already, being able to click up to the Imperial Age. If he just sells a tiny bit of res, yep, there it is. Benanji clicked that final piece of food that he needed to sell up to the Imperial Age. And this is going to be a crazy, crazy advantage on the side of Benanji now. Spring was over 2 minutes faster than the Castle Age, but Benanji's going to be well and truly up to the Imperial Age first. Now going to tech into more units. He's going to have his cav here. We can probably see Truman like Paladin at this point. Like, we have a lot of choices for Benanji. Benanji is absolutely in the driver's seat right now. Spring's going to try hold on. He's going to have his siege. He might be... Okay, he's preparing mangonels. He's preparing mangonels. He's going to have to go around the castle. Mangonels are no good against castles. He might have to go in from this angle. He's probably scouted this out. He's definitely scouted out this base. And he sees this TC. So he might be looking to just siege down a TC, go in from the side, go around the castle. Now that could be good. He could even get a good position around this area. There's only a palisade here. There's actually like no defenses really. If you show up with a big army of mangonels all of a sudden, especially, mangonels counter everything that Benanji has right now. He hasn't really produced mini knights. A couple in the queue, but there are more on the way, and these upgrades are very, very scary. Oh man. Benanji's really looking like he's in a good spot right now. The res collected is it's a pretty ahead for Benanji. We see about what is this, a 7k difference in res collected for Benanji over here. And Benanji will go ahead and put a TC on Spring's face, guys. Benanji's like, alright, it's coming, it's time. I'm in Imperial Age, I have the TC position, you're gonna start getting trebs. And, oh, you know what? You know what? These knights here are really unfortunate. Those mangonels could have destroyed this entire plan by Benanji. Imagine these mangonels being able to sit here. That actually would have killed all of those villages. Not a single village would survive that. Not a single one. You can split all those mangonels up on each one of these four different spots, and in some kind of fantasy world, Spring would have absolutely destroyed that fight. It was unfortunate that Benanji had it in time. Prepped his knights. He's already get these things upgraded to Cavalier +4 coming in, and this is just going to be a complete sweep for Benanji. I think he's going to have crazy military advantage. Spring has actually caught up in Vills, guys. Let's give Spring some credit. Spring has caught
Combat
up in Vills.
Disco Juice Revolution.
I think I'm going to turn this thing off.
Ask me, Asasenu, did you know that if you live long enough, you'll have a birthday that will last exactly 1 minute?
I love that Combat does this. But...
It's your 62nd. Tremendous fact, truly incredible. Imagine a birthday so short, just 1 minute, but still so huge in significance. It's like, it's like, getting the world's smallest piece of cake, but it still tastes great. And just goes to show you, even the tiniest moments can be fantastic, just like my hands. And remember, make every minute, every birthday, no matter how long,
this has to,
absolutely
it's too good.
Great.
It's too
again.
Good. It has to be put. All right. that ends that game. I think I might just switch that off. As Spring has to concede his second game against Benanji here. Benanji will go 2-up against Spring, taking the Arabia game and now the Ghost Lake game against him. Whew. What a game, guys. Benanji, insane greed. Just insane greed. This TC, he knew what he wanted. He went up faster than Spring. He had, what was it, 18 plus Loom going up, dropping the TC immediately, guaranteeing himself a very, very safe base. Spring trying to go for the towers. Spring trying to go for the feudal aggression. He has the scouts over here very, very early in feudal age. He had the spearman fights over here. He was fighting at every single angle, but every angle Benanji was able to come out ahead. And he was not punished in feudal age or in castle age. Really impressive play by Benanji there. Like, if it was a lesser player trying this out, they absolutely could have been punished, but Benanji pulling this off to perfection over here. I agree, Ray. Let's go next game. I'm not happy. I'm not happy seeing this. We need more. There's not enough blood on the ground yet. Spring can do this all day. Let's go. Game 3's coming. Well played, Benanji, but we need a non-blowout. I agree. We've had some amazing sets. Actually, Spring's Last set was the definition of a non-blowout. It was just an amazing set. We really got our bang for our buck in that set. I would say the same may be with my set against Megafish. We've had some really, really good Game 5 best of 5s. As we go down to Spring's next home map, which is African Clearing. Another very open map that Spring will be fairly comfortable with, at least the land aspect of. It's very, very open. There's really not much space to wall at all. Your economy is very exposed. And Benanji, has he put a TC down yet? He hasn't. That's a really late TC. He does put all his 3 vills together though. So we're going to see 2 vills putting up an earlier TC for Spring with the Vietnamese. A great pick for this map. You will be able to see Benanji's spot. That Benanji is put down into, honestly, a really strange spot. He's very far away from the wood line, and he's very far away from, from being able to wall against anything, really. Like, what kind of walls are you going to do here? Benanji's going to be super exposed. Spring, I think, a very short wall will connect him to the wood line, which is why I think Spring's base is a lot nicer. A much nicer TC spot. They both still have the wood and the fish right under the TC as well. Benanji, yes, he has an elephant, but I'm sure Spring can manage with the elephants around his TC. These guys are, I would say they're semi-close. They could be further apart, but this seems like a fast castle could be doable. I see a fast castle potential with this distance. This might be field age. You could go tower rush if you figure out where they are. Obviously, Spring already knows where Benanji is. I really don't think Benanji will know where Spring is. He definitely doesn't. Look at this. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm going to close my door. I guess Spring used their feudal army to sparingly. Yeah. Whoa. There I go. Oh, no. Tangier, I think it's called. Alright, nice. Oh wow, we're on fast speed. We're on fast speed. My bad. My bad. Archers versus Castle at home. For which player? Spring has a bit of stone back here. Benanji has a bit of stone back there as well. I don't know if it's probably just enough for 1 castle, isn't it? How much is this? Yeah, no, it's enough. It's enough. Wait a minute. Yeah, that's enough. That's 1,000 stone right there. Benanji's going for a very forward mill. Now, I am thinking more archers or some kind of feudal age play. Going for the zebra first. I always think that he's supposed to go for the shortfish first. Benanji here going for the zebra. Considering how close they are, maybe full feudal. Yeah, from both. I agree. A castle at home, it could be possible. I still think it's possible. Maybe if you do like a tower on your stone and get a castle right up. That's if you really want that unit though. And neither of these players I think have an explosive unit. Rattan Archer is really good. If it goes into an Archer war, obviously Rattan Archer is the best unit there. But other than that, I really don't think Camel Archer is what Berbers want in this matchup. So I really don't think Castle will be a play from Benanji. It's going to have to be probably Cabin to Knights from him. I really don't see it going any other way. I think Cabin to Knights has got to be the best thing for Berbers, especially being so open over here. As he takes in his 3rd elephant. Benanji's on such an open map. Like, Spring, he's able to take the wood line. He's able to take the actual wood line. He's not going to be stuck on a little wood line here. Benanji is going to have to put down a second building. Now, Benanji doesn't have a second building yet. He only has a mill. That's 1 feudal age building. Houses don't count. He will need a lumber camp or a mining camp. And Benanji's not able to get up. Benanji's going to be stuck. What's he doing? He's getting loom, but he's not going to click up, will he? I don't see anything. He's not going to be able to click up. Benanji's going to kill another bill now. Where's he going? What is this lumber camp, Benanji? Benanji! Happy affiliate anniversary, yo! Thank you, LC, if that's even a thing. I did not even notice. Camel Archer forces Wood Tower? What? Camel Archer, I feel like this gets countered by everything that Vietnamese wants to make. Vietnamese likes making archers and skirms and rattan archers, and camel archers just, they don't go well against all three of those units. And I can only imagine monks and siege getting added for Vietnamese as well as their typical ranged units. And like I don't think camel archer is really gonna do too well. I could be wrong, you know. I'm happy to be proven wrong. Ray, I think you'd know much more about the unique units than I would. So we'll have to see how that goes. Maybe Benanji knows this as well. Combat, for your information, I have muted Tangier now, so I'm pretty sure it won't play if you redeem it. Just letting you know. We did finish out last game with a great analysis of a funny joke by Trump. That will not be happening for the rest of the DDT semifinals or finals. Yeah, that's good, Combat. That's good. I'm gonna have to do a stream that's literally anything else. Anything that's not DDT, I'm gonna turn it back on and you can spam them. I want to see all of them. You know I love them. It's just not for my final semifinals tournament. As we see a archery range going up for Spring over here. Now this is what I like. Very, very forward, sending his builds, and he knows he wants to do damage fast. He's not gonna muck around with doing some kind of relaxed build. He's not gonna try to boom on 4 TCs. He's actually gonna try and go for the throat this time. He wants to scratch and punch and draw blood right out the gate, and that's exactly what I think he should be doing. As he makes his first archer, hopefully he's gonna queue up another one. He's got 4 on gold though, so he's probably gonna keep queuing up archers for now. Maybe throw in a skirm or 2. And he's gonna try Stonewall. Imagine, dude. Imagine. There's no way this happens. Oh, so close. That was so close. Imagine killing 4 vills in Stonewalls. That was so close, man. These vills are getting led astray. These vills could absolutely be a menace, be menaced by an archer if the archer went that way. But unfortunately, the archer's gonna get caught out by the scout. Luckily, the spearman's here. I didn't even see the spearman, so we're gonna be safe on this side. The archers look like they want to hit this the shorefish instead over here. These scouts really want to pick. Second scout coming out now for Benanji, so we're gonna see the Berber scouts, probably Berber scouts and skirms, to counter these spears and archers by Spring. Makes a lot of sense so far by both these players. And this spearman will definitely die to an archer. Yep, and the spearmen are right here as well. Spearmen actually surrounding the stable. Might mean that the stable is going to have to stay garrison for now. Scout does escape from the spear's grasp. And will now just go straight onto the villager just across the road. That's going to be a vill down for sure. Look at this. Another scout coming out, man. These scouts are coming out like crazy. More on the way. The scout production is huge, and that's going to be 2 vills down for Spring for sure. There we go. Eco KD 2 to 0 now. 2 purple vills will scatter the field. Man. Spring's gonna try come around the other way. He has a small army around here. It's just 2 archers and 2 spears, but he could end up finding the lumber camp if it goes the right direction. Let's see if we can get Spring's POV right now. And oh wow. Guys, that's so unlucky. How, like, oh my goodness. Let's see if he ends up finding that later. Spring, with the score lead right now, will be annoying and force Benanji to have his entire scout and skirm army in the back line just to try and clean up these couple archers, man. 2 spears, 2 archers really doing a lot of harassment, but these ones will not find any damage. Neither will the follow-up. These spears here will just have to run away and they're underneath an archery range. Like, that's not going to go very well. We're finally seeing a cleanup in the backside for Benanji. Benanji's going to start seeding his farms here. He doesn't want to keep going out for the shorefish. There's a lot of shorefish around. He could be taking so much... Like, how much is in... Just these. Just 4 shorefish. And we have 800 food. 800 food. We're going to have 600 food. We're going to have 600 food again. You could be getting so much quick food, fast food even, from these strawfish. But we're going to opt for the safe play instead. We're going to go for just farms around the TC for now. And Spring decided to garrison. Well, I was going to say he might be producing more in there, but he's only garrisoned one scum in there for now. And these spears are going to get picked off. Benanji's going to be walking forward for what looks like the deepest point he's ever been in Spring's base so far. He's going to have to face his tower. The tower will be up in time. Spring knew about this well in advance, and he's going to... If he stays on stone, this will be interesting. He's going to push off the aggression by Benanji for now. And he will be on stone. This stone has me thinking things, guys. What's he going to do with this stone? Is he going to go forward for a late tower rush again? Or maybe he's just preparing for castles. Let this go. I still like Spring's position better than other two. Yeah, I agree. Of all the games so far, I think this is still the best for Spring to win. Spring's still not down in villages. We're still equal in villages, so it's not like the last game. And Spring is still keeping himself in a good spot. Whoop. Interesting fight over here. Spring will continue taking it, but the skirms will arrive. It will be a dead scout, surely. Spring, with his own scout here, could continue fighting this. It's only skirms left, and Spring will lose a couple spearmen in this fight. I can't believe that scout's... Man, was that a fresh scout by Benanji? That scout's still alive, man. And I go silent right now as we watch an interesting micro by both these players. Benanji will walk his skirms forward, just straight really into the TC, straight towards the TC. Micro's out of it, doesn't even matter. Tries to, I guess, get some cheap damage on these villages, but it's not going to happen. Benanji then just pulls back his skirms back towards the proxy stable from Spring. Now this is an awkward position for Spring because his production buildings are forward. And with that, if all your production buildings are forward, you actually don't have many defenses at home, especially if they get extra numbers in your own base. You're going to struggle defending that because you're going to have to group up your mass from across the map rather than actually having it reinforced in your own base. We're going to see another fight go down right now. Now, this is a hard fight. This is not going to look good for Spring's vills. I feel like he might lose all of his vills in this fight, but it's actually going well for Spring as Spring cleans this up. Whoa! I did not expect Spring to clean that up. That was actually going really well for Spring. I expected a complete disaster, but it went the other way. Neither player having any upgrades on their units over here, other than Benanji getting the fletching and the attack armor for the melee units. Spring still with 0 upgrades himself. Now Spring probably shouldn't be taking this fight. I don't see it looking too good for him. And yes, that's a spearman there. That guy's going to get cleaned up pretty quick. Spring now getting horse collar. He's probably thinking about farms himself. He already has so many. And actually, horse collar comes in at the perfect time. Very nice. And Benanji without horse collar is going to be a little less efficient now. With a lot more wood coming out. Spring going all kinds of directions. Going to be leading a few villages into the wilderness with one archer over here. Will Spring finally scout this wood line? Yes! Oh, he finally sees it! I think this is the first time Spring sees this lump camp. And now he's like, oh, this is where the wood line was this whole time. As fog mode becomes a focus for us. Let's put Benanji back onto grey. I'm sorry for the rainbow of colors, guys. Capture Rage really doesn't like that performance-wise, huh? Spring will clear up these scouts, and Spring continues to have an okay position here. The KDA is still not looking great for him, 30 KDA to 25 for Benanji. So, still really not the best for Spring, but is still in a better position than the first 2 games. I'm still agreeing with yeah, okay. I'm glad we're not in VC then. I don't want to risk it. But I appreciate that, Fish. Oh, did you just like watch it ahead of me just then? You couldn't help yourself, could you? I honestly, I wanted to cast this without being on stream. I wanted to cast this on my own. I was so anxious for these players. I wanted to get my emotions out before the stream, but I decided to give you guys my initial, my genuine, and my first thoughts on the game as I watch it for the first time. You watched the set live, it was... Okay, cool. I'm really looking forward to this game.
Emotional, damn it!
Yeah, I'm ready for the emotional damage, man. There's going to be some emotional damage this game, that's for sure. This tournament, it's always going to set emotional damage up when friend has to kill friend. Oh boy. We're going to see... Benanji's going to start getting some eco KD. It's 9-1, man. It's 9-1. Benanji's got such a strong eco KD right now. He's going to go for 10. He's going to go for 10, but he doesn't get it. As he wriggles out of the farms. Spring is in Castle Age just a bit sooner. Only 1 minute and 20 seconds sooner this time. So it's not the massive lead he had in Ghost.
Why are you still playing this game? Let's be honest. You don't like it. You don't like the game. Sure, you did at one point when your friends got you into it and you started to play. It was fun, really, it was. But why are you still playing it, you dumb piece of shit?
And we're gonna... Oh, wow. Benanji makes it 11, dude. 11. As Spring does his classic send the vills towards the enemy base move. Just send the vills towards the enemy base move. All that production in the enemy base. But I guess you have the knights here. You really have just enough. Only just enough to defend these vills. Isn't that right, Elsie? So we have these vills forward. They're going to be putting down probably a siege workshop. You'd assume at this point, right? You'd assume a siege workshop's coming. But I don't see it just yet. Just going to be nice for Spring so far. Oh, it's a castle. Wow. I should be looking at the resources. It's going to be a castle war for both. This is going to be crazy. This is going to be crazy. If Spring's able to deny this castle from Benanji, and the knights here are the superior force. The knights here will be winning this fight, if it's an even fight. But I think Benanji's going to have just enough scouts to be able to...
I'm okay with the events that are unfolding currently.
Oh, wow. Benanji has enough fills as well. Benanji's going to get this up faster. This is no good. This is bad. This is bad. This is bad. This is bad. Oh, no, Spring. Oh, no, Spring. There's enough fills on the Benanji's castle. It's going to go up first, and it's going to deny Spring's castle 100%. There's no way. It's impossible. It's going to be dead. Spring, you can't send fills. You have to delete. You have to delete. Abort mission. Oh. Oh. Oh, GG, man. GG. I'm going to have to turn off my memes. I feel like I might have to do a recast of this without my memes. Because I kind of forgot they were here. You guys haven't been using my memes very much. You've been very good during my tournament so far. And now we head into the semifinals and suddenly I'm a clown city. So maybe I'm going to have to review that for the next time I cast semifinals. The next semifinals, by the way.
Emotional, damn it!
Yeah, shut up, Fish. They are to be casted on Wednesday. I mean, to be played on Wednesday. Hopefully casted on Wednesday. We'll find out. I believe I don't even think we have a time actually for them. All I heard was Wednesday. Maybe 19 GMT. I could be wrong on that.
Have you tried?
Not doing that
is a way of life.
Obviously, the environment down here is all salt. The ceiling's salt, the floor is salt, the walls are salt.
Now you guys can spam memes all you want. It is over. I'm going to look at statistics. I have not been looking at statistics this whole time. I should be checking APM. I would have wanted to check the APM with the last games as well. But, wow. Spring really tried that game. I think that went a lot better than the previous games. I really respect... Now, guys, I'm gonna have to talk a little bit about Spring right now. Because Spring, he put in so much time into this tournament. He invested 2 hours every day for a month, which is a lot more than he usually does. He's now currently a farmer and a dad. He's a stay-at-home dad as well for his kid while looking after his farm. So he really doesn't have much time to be doing anything else. But he's managed to have 2 hours every day for the past month before he goes on vacation. He's now on vacation now. He's to play Age of Empires 2. And it's been a blast watching him play his previous set. The fact that he was able to overcome White Knight to get here, I'm so proud of him for even coming back. Because when I was when he came back in the start of this month, he was in very, very rusty shape. And now he's had such a great comeback, I think, this month. He's really shown off his skill. I think he even put himself in some good positions. I think even in Arabia, the start of Arabia was not that bad. He had some good moments, and I think he had some great moments in this game too. That would have worked out so well. Imagine if Benanji didn't have a castle there. If Benanji didn't have enough for a castle of his own, right at this spot, that would have been a very different game. It was really lucky, that, unfortunate for Spring that Benanji was on point, because there were a lot of spots that Spring could have come back. Good response from Benanji. I'm unhappy. Losing to Benanji is nothing shameful. You lose to him all the time. I think the most questionable thing from Benanji is pinging everyone in the bans, guys. I'm going to go back and show you guys this one more time. He pinged everyone in the bans. Here, let me turn off... because he thought that Spring hadn't done his research. When Spring decided to ban Catans, which are a very scary civ, I'd say they're an absolute civ win most of the time on Arabia. They're very, very strong right now. They have not been nerfed enough. And Bohemians, very strong on Arabia, I guess. We've already banned Arabia, though. Arena. We banned Arena right before it began, so you're probably scared of Bohemians on Black Forest. Bohemians can be a very strong Black Forest civ. So getting those out of the way, probably not the best pick against Benanji, though. Probably should have gone for something like Melee. Benanji did not have to add everyone. Now, that was a bit scandalous, man. Benanji has to keep his monkey tongue in check. That's what I say. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out and for this very late-noticed stream. I needed to get this out as soon as possible, really. I wasn't able to stream it yesterday, so I was just like, I'm probably a little too tired. Maybe I should have waited a little bit later in the day to stream it, because I've been struggling to say sentences today, as I'm sure you guys have noticed. Not my best casting performance. I think I might have to actually go back and recast this later. I didn't have a coffee before I streamed this, and I really, really, really regretted that. I was like halfway in game 2. I was like, guys,
emotional damage.
I'm getting emotional damage right now. I really should have had my coffee before I casted this set. But I had a really good time playing casting these games, and also playing in this tournament. Really happy for Spring and being able to be in the semifinals. So Benanji will go ahead to the grand finals now of DDT. We see Spring getting knocked out in the semifinals in a brutal series, but it was very fun to watch regardless. So thank you for Benanji for playing and Spring, and I'll see you guys later.